Om Shanti. Today is 9th July 2023 and we shall listen to the Avyakt versions of Avyakt Bapdada. These Avyakt versions were spoken by Avyakt Bapdada on 26th February 1995. It was a Shiv Jayanti day, and so Baba says the confluence age is the age of festivity. To celebrate with festivity means to maintain imperishable zeal and enthusiasm. Today, Trimurti Father Shiva, Tridev Rachta, the creator of the three deities, has come to celebrate the diamond jubilee and the diamond birthday with his spiritual diamonds. Baba is looking at each and every one as a diamond. This unique birthday is called the diamond birthday because the Father incarnates in order to make the souls who are like shells become worth diamonds. That is why Baba is celebrating this diamond birthday, because he has specially incarnated to transform the souls who are like shells into diamonds. This is the only wonderful birthday throughout the cycle, and it is the most unique and most lovely in the whole world. Whenever people celebrate a birthday, it is of souls, of bodily beings. But this birthday of Shiva is not of a bodily being. It is the birthday of the incorporeal point. In the world, people celebrate the birthdays of bodily beings. But this is the birthday of the incorporeal point. When you say Shiv Jayanti, the form of a point of light comes in front of you. Throughout the whole cycle, you never celebrated the birthday of the bodiless Supreme Soul. This is the unique birthday of Trimurti Father Shiva, the bodiless being, and this is the one Shiv Jayanti. Throughout the cycle, we have never celebrated. So, Sangam Yoga is special when we celebrate the birthday of the bodiless being, the Supreme Soul. Where it is the birthday of the children and the Father at the same time. The second uniqueness of this birthday, that it is the birthday of the children and the Father at the same time. Today, have you come to celebrate the birthday of just the Father? Or have you come to celebrate the birthday of the Brahmin souls as well? You tell everyone that Shiv Jayanti means the Trimurti Jayanti and the Brahmin's Jayanti. So to have a birthday of so many souls together with the Father is quite unique. In the physical world, the birthday of a child and his father would not be the same. The date may be the same, but there would be a difference in the year. So, you have come here from so far away in order to celebrate such a lovely and unique birthday. Why have you come from all corners of the world? Baba is asking, why have you come from all corners of the world? Have you come to celebrate your own birthday or the birthday of the Father, or both? So, would you give congratulations to the Father Or would the father congratulate you? You give congratulations to the father, and the father says to you, what does the father say? Multi-million times congratulations. Multi-million times congratulations. Each Brahmin soul is even more valuable than a diamond. Those physical diamonds are nothing compared with you. Baba is showing the importance of each and every child, that you're so precious, so valuable, that those physical diamonds are nothing compared to you. Because there is value for diamonds in this world, you are said to be as valuable as diamonds. But what are diamonds compared to how valuable you are? Nothing at all. Those diamonds will be embedded on the walls of your palace. Each Brahmin's soul is more valuable than diamonds. Bap Dada is seeing everywhere in front of him children who are even more valuable than diamonds. It is not just the Madhuban gathering in front of Bap Dada, but the gathering of the Brahmin souls everywhere in the world. Baba is looking at each and every soul around the world. Call them songs or words of greetings filled with love from the heart. The Father is listening to them very closely. The sound of the heart reaches the comforter of hearts in advance. The moment children think, it has reached Bap Dada. So Bap Dada saw that the practical proof of the children's service everywhere is reaching the sweet home of the Father in Madhuban. Shiv Jayanti is known as a festival. Baba says, Shiv Jayanti is known as a festival, and only you Brahmins celebrate this festival accurately. Because, why do we celebrate it accurately? Because festivity means that everyone has zeal and enthusiasm. Therefore, how much zeal and enthusiasm do all of you sitting here have? Is it imperishable? Is the zeal and enthusiasm imperishable or only for today? It is imperishable, is it not? This is why Bap Dada calls this elevated conference age the age of festivity, because the zeal and enthusiasm is imperishable. For you, each day is filled with enthusiasm. Each day is a festival. There is the praise, and you also have this topic, unity in diversity. Therefore, in a practical way, there are all the different lands, all the different languages, all the different forms and colors. But even in that diversity, there is unity in each one's heart. Baba says there is unity in each one's heart because the Father is one. No matter everyone is different, different lands, different languages, different forms and colors, but even in this diversity, there is unity in each one's heart because the Father is one. Whether you have come from America or Africa, you have the one Father in your hearts. You are those who follow the Shrimat of the One. So Bap Dada likes the fact that while all of you have different languages, the song or language of your mind is the same. Whatever language you speak, Baba says you all have a black crown. What is the black crown? The headphones on each one's head. So, seeing that, Baba says, whatever language you speak, you all have a black crown. These black crowns will now change and become golden. The language of everyone's mind is the same. What is the language? And it is just the one expression, my Baba. Everyone is able to say, Mera Baba. Those of all languages say, Mera Baba, my Baba. This is the only one word. So there is unity in diversity. So to maintain your enthusiasm means to be an elevated soul who constantly celebrates with festivity. Let your enthusiasm never decrease. You were told earlier, Baba says, you were told earlier too that the breath of Brahmin life is zeal and enthusiasm. If you stopped breathing, your life would finish in a second, would it not? So, in Brahmin life too, if there isn't the breath of zeal and enthusiasm, then there is no Brahmin life. Those who have constant zeal and enthusiasm would say with spiritual intoxication that Brahmins means zeal and enthusiasm. When their zeal and enthusiasm decrease, their words change. Yeah, what are the words that come out when there is no zeal and enthusiasm? They would say, it's true. It should be like this. It will happen. So there is so much difference between this language and that language of zeal and enthusiasm. In the other language, Baba says, in the other language of words, there will definitely be the words, it should be but. So you use these words, it should be, it should be. When the pressure of your zeal and enthusiasm decreases, words of weaknesses emerge. Baba says, when the pressure of your zeal and enthusiasm decrease, words of weakness emerge. Therefore, let your zeal and enthusiasm never decrease. Why does your zeal and enthusiasm decrease? What is the reason? Baba has mentioned this reason many times before as well. So Baba says, why does your zeal and enthusiasm decrease? Bab Dada says, always say Vah Vah, whereas you say why. So from Vah Vah to why. If the word why comes up in any situation, the pressure of zeal and enthusiasm decreases. So the reason why the zeal and enthusiasm decrease is the word why, whenever any situation comes up. And where there is why, there is lot of waste thoughts. Last year too, Bap Dada especially told the double foreigners to change the word why in the Brahmin dictionary. When the word why comes up, remember the word fly. And the word why will then finish. You fly off and the why will finish. When any trivial situation seems to be very big, the word why comes up. Why is this like this? Why is that like that? However, when you begin to fly, what happens to the situation? It becomes a small toy. So whenever the word why comes up in your mind, say to yourself, this word why does not exist in Brahmin dictionary. Instead, it's the word fly. Why makes you high. And hi means cry out in distress. So why makes you hi? Bap Dada is amused. Many a times Bap Dada is amused because on the one hand you say, no one's fortune is as elevated as mine. With great zeal, enthusiasm, intoxication, you mention, no one's fortune is as elevated as mine. 1 minute you say this, and then as soon as your enthusiasm decreases, you say, I don't know. My fortune is like this. I only have this much in my fortune. Therefore, this is crying out in distress, is it not? So, when any scene of hi comes in front of you, say wah. Instead, and the scene will change and you will also change. So, instead of hi, Baba says, say wah, and the scene will change and you will also change. You double foreigners nowadays give a course on positive thinking, do you not? Do all of you in the foreign lands especially give this course? Do you give it to yourself or only to others? Baba is asking, do you give it to yourself or only to others? At any time when such situations arise, make yourself a student. Be your own teacher and give this course to yourself. Are you able to give this course to yourself? Or are you only able to give it to others? It is easy to give it to others, isn't it? Baba says it is easy to give it to others. When it becomes your natural stage to see, to listen to, and to think of any person or any matter with a positive attitude, what would your stage be like? Baba says, when it becomes your natural stage of vaha, then to see, to listen to, and to think of any person or any matter with a positive attitude, what would your stage be like? Nowadays, they have such facilities of science that they are able to give rough things a very beautiful appearance. You must have seen how they change one thing into something completely different. So, can your attitude not bring about such transformation? Something may come up in a negative form, but with a positive attitude, you can change it. When you start to fluctuate, the reason is because you have been listening to, thinking of, speaking about, or doing something negative. Then only Baba says your stage starts to fluctuate. You have created a model of this. What is the model? Baba says you have created a model of do not think, speak, listen to, or do anything negative. Do not hear negative, do not speak negative, do not see negative. So you have a model of this. Can the power of silence not change something negative into positive? Let your mind and intellect become such that they do not touch anything negative. Let there be transformation in a second. Can you experience transformation at such a fast speed? Abba is asking. Let there be transformation in a second. Can you experience transformation at such a fast speed? Your mind and the intellect should become such fast weapons. Can they become this or will it take time? Baba is asking, Can they become this, or will it take time? Or when something negative comes up, will you say, let me think about it a little, let me see what it is? When transformation takes place at a quick speed, it is known as the pleasure and enjoyment of Brahmin life. If you want to live with enjoyment. Baba says, if you want to live with enjoyment. To live a life with a lot of thinking is not living. You tell other people, or do we tell what RajaYoga is? That it is the art of living. All of you are those with a Rajyogi life, are you not? Or are you those who simply tell others about it? Since Raj Yoga is the art of living, what is the art of Raj Yogis? Baba is asking, what is the art of Raj Yogis? It is this, is it not? Therefore, to celebrate a festival means to stay in pleasure. The mind is in pleasure, the body is in pleasure, the relationships and connections are ones of pleasure. Many children say, what do they say? I am okay by myself. I am enjoying myself. But it is only sometimes that there is enjoyment in relationships and connection. Abba says, there are some children who says, I am okay by myself. I am enjoying myself. But when it comes to enjoyment in relationships and connections, however, the relationships and connections are test papers of your stage. So, if a student says, I have passed with honors, but at the time of taking a test paper, he gets fewer marks. Some children say, I've passed all my unit test with honors. But at the time of taking the final test, he gets fewer marks. What would you say for such a student? You are not like that, are you? You have passed fully, have you? Bap Dada has told you that those who remain constantly close, pass to the Father, have passed. So, Baba had given us 3 passes. Let the past be past. Always stay close, pass to the Father, and you will pass. So this was the mantra that Baba had given some Murlis back. So Baba says, Bap Dada has told you that those who remain constantly close, pass to the Father, have passed. If you do not stay close, you have not passed. If we don't stay close to Baba, then we have not passed that exam. So where do you constantly stay? You stay far away. You do not stay close. Double foreigner should be double pass. Baba has lots of hopes in the foreign children. So Baba says double foreigners should be double pass. That is doubly close. Achha. The double foreigners have taken a high jump this time. You have taken a high jump and come to Madhuban. This year, 1995, there were many double foreigners who have come to Mount Abu, Madhuban, than ever before. Acha, even some of the double foreigners have had a good chance of becoming the Patranis, sleeping on the floor, queens of the floor this time. So because so many had come to Madhuban, so Baba says, even some of the double foreigners have had a good chance of becoming the Pataranis, that is the queen of the floor this time. Is there pleasure in becoming a Patrani or not? Is there? I was asking. Is there pleasure in becoming Patrani, that is the queen of the floor? Is there? You have such big suitcases that you can sleep actually on them. Baba says you have such big suitcases that you can actually sleep on them. You bring one big suitcase and one small suitcase. And so the small one can become your pillow and you can save space. It seems good, isn't it? I was asking, it seems good. Bap Dada sees the scene of how you drag such a big suitcase. From the subtle regions, Baba is looking at all the children and he's seeing how children are dragging their big suitcases. It is a good scene, is it not? At the conference age, this effort is only for a short time, short period. And then matter will be your servant. And you will have many servants too. You will not then have to carry your luggage. Your kingdom is now being established. At present, you are in an incognito form. You are servers and you will then be rulers. Servers have to do all types of service. Baba is pulling our attention also that you are servers now, so you have to do all types of service. The more service you do now with your body, mind, wealth, and through relationships, the more servers you will have. First of all, Baba says, first of all the 5 elements of nature will become your servers. The 5 elements of nature, of matter, will become your server. You have the fortune of your kingdom in your awareness, do you not? How many times have you had a right to a kingdom? You have become this countless times and you'll continue to become this. However, the life of being a server now is even more elevated than the life of a ruler. Baba says the life of being a server now is even more elevated than the life of a ruler. Because at the present time, the father and the children are together. So this time, the life is more elevated. No matter what type of service it is, you receive the practical instant fruit of the service you do now. And what is the practical fruit of the service? Baba says the practical, visible fruit is the Father's love, cooperation, and the treasures you receive from the Father. So this is the instant fruit that we receive practically in this birth also. What is the fruit? The practical, visible fruit is the Father's love, cooperation, and the treasures you receive from the Father. Whenever you do any special service, while Yukti Youth, you have so much happiness. What is your face like when a photo is taken of you at that moment? On the one hand, you do service, and on the other hand, the practical, visible fruit is ready for you. So, on one hand, we do the service, and on the other hand, practically, visible fruit is ready for you. You do service with one hand and eat the fruit with the other. So instant it is. Do you experience this, or does service take a lot of effort? Is there fluctuation when you are doing service or not? Baba is asking. There is fluctuation sometimes. Fluctuation in the stage. This fluctuation makes you mature, makes you experienced. You fluctuate because you can only see the present time. The future that is hidden at present is not clearly visible, and you therefore start to fluctuate. Baba says you therefore start to fluctuate. In fact, any major, delicate situation comes to teach you a very important lesson for the future. Every situation that comes, Baba says, it comes to teach you an important lesson for the future. It is not just a situation, but it is your teacher. See it with the vision of a lesson that situation is teaching you. This is known as changing the negative into positive. When we are able to visualize a vision in any situation and what it is trying to teach us, then we are able to change from negative into positive. When you simply look at the situation, you become afraid. Situations will always come. Baba says, situations will always come in new forms of Maya. She will not come in the same form that she has already come in before. She will not come in the same form. She will come in a new form. So you are afraid of that. This is something new. I cannot do this. Children start to panic. This is something new. I cannot do this. It should not be it should not happen like this. Understand that Maya will come until the end as one who adopts many different forms. Maya will come till the end as one who can adopt many different forms. Maya knows how to become very easily and quickly. Maya knows how to become very easily and quickly one who adopts many different forms. Whatever your stage is, she will create a situation according to that and come to you. Supposing, for instance, Baba is giving an example. If, for instance, you have become a little careless in your life today, Maya would also come into the situation in that careless form. If your mood is a little off today, if it is not like it should be, then Maya would come into the situation with an off mood. Then you think, well, I was thinking about this before too. So what happened? This is why, in order to see and know Maya, become Trikaldarshi and Trinetri. Become Trinetri in being able to see what is in front of you, what is behind you, and what is besides you. All of you are Trikaldarshis and Trinetri, are you not? Are the double foreigners Trikaldarshi? Yes or no? So everybody in one voice said yes. What are those of the other languages say? Are you saying Haji too? So is everyone saying Haji or Naji? Everybody in one voice said Haji. You say this much better than in your own language. Are all of you happy? Everybody said, Haji. Now you have learned how to say Haji. Are you enjoying yourself in such a big gathering? Now Baba is coming very subtly. Baba says, "Are you enjoying yourself in such a big gathering?" And everybody said, "Haji." Some of you, some of you are not thinking that perhaps next year you'll not come when there's such a big crowd, that you will come a little later. Are you? The enjoyment of the gathering, the enjoyment of the gathering is also lovely. Come according to the program. Too many should not come, but let your habit be such that you are able to adjust to everything. Beautifully, Baba has mentioned the power to adjust constantly makes you victorious. Why we have to adjust? Because that is the one that is going to make us victorious. You saw Father Brahma. With the children, he would become a child and adjust himself. He would become an adult with the adults and adjust himself. Whether it is a beggary life or a life with all the comforts, you have to be able to adjust yourself to both and in happiness, not after thinking about it. You do not become unhappy here, but instead of experiencing happiness, you begin to think about it little. What happened? How did it happen? Those who think too much take time to experience the pleasure of adjusting themselves. Each of you should check yourself. Baba says, each of you should check yourselves. No matter what the circumstances are, whether they are good or those that make you fluctuate, are able to adjust yourself at every moment to every circumstance. Double foreigners like being alone, and they also like companions very much. However, whether you are in someone's company or alone, Brahmin life is being able to adjust yourself to both. Brahmin means Brahmin life is being able to adjust yourself to both, whether alone or in a company. It should not be that within a gathering your head becomes heavy and you say, "No, I prefer to be in solitude. I don't like this chaos. I need to be alone." The mind can be alone. That is, from being extroverted, you can just become introverted for this solitude. Some say that they want a room for themselves, that they cannot share with anyone. If you do receive a room for yourself, sleep in pleasure. And even if you have to sleep in the same room as 10 others, sleep in pleasure. In both the conditions, Baba says, sleep in pleasure. Are the foreigners able to sleep with 10 others in the same room? Or is it difficult? Baba is asking, are you able to sleep? So everyone in one voice said, Haji. Acha, next year 20 will be put in one room. Immediate test. 20 will be put together in one room. Time is changing and it will continue to change. The situations of the world are becoming more and more delicate, and they will become even more delicate. This has to happen. At present, something happens at one place at one time. So, Baba is giving us the awareness of time, and Baba says, time is changing and will continue to change. The situations of the world are becoming more and more delicate, and they will become even more delicate. This has to happen. At present, something happens at one place at one time, but at the end, it will happen everywhere at the same time. That delicate time has to come. Time may be delicate, but Baba says your nature must not be delicate. Many people's natures are very delicate. When something happens, even a little, when there is even a little sound, they become disturbed. This is called a delicate stage, a delicate nature. So you should not have a delicate nature. You should be able to adjust yourself according to the time. Practicing this now will be very useful to you at the end because the situations will not constantly be the same. Baba is cautioning us that the situations will not constantly be the same, and your final paper will take place during a very delicate time. It will not take place during a very comfortable, peaceful time. It will take place during a delicate time. To the extent that you have the power to adjust yourselves now, to that extent you will be able to pass with honors. The paper will not take a long time. It will last for a very short time, but you will have to take the paper in delicate circumstances, which will be in all four directions. Therefore, make yourself powerful in your natures too. What can I do? My nature is like this. I have this habit. It should not be like this. This is known as a delicate nature. Bap Dada gave all types of experiences at the beginning of establishment. When it was the beginning, he gave the experience of even more sustenance and facilities that prince and princesses would receive. Then later, he even gave the experience of a beggarly life. So those who had both experiences developed this habit. Such a time has not come in front of you, but it will come. Prediction Baba gives, such a time has not come in front of you, but it will come. Wherever you may be living, all supports have to be broken. So, what do you need at such a time? The support of the One Father. All of you are very, very, very lucky that the time you come is when you have all facilities easily available. Along with the easy facilities, you also have a Brahmin birth. Along with the facilities, let there be spiritual endeavor. While seeing the facilities, do not forget your spiritual endeavor, because only spiritual endeavor will be useful at the end. Do you understand? Acha, to the special invaluable jewels in all four directions, to the elevated souls who celebrate each day with festivity, to the souls who have a right to blessings, by maintaining a balance between your own stage and service, to the unshakable, immovable Mahavir souls who easily overcome all obstacles. Bap Dada's love and remembrances and namaste. The blessing from Bap Dada for today is, may you become free from all jamelas, that is chaos, and experience the reward of completion and perfection. I repeat, may you become free from all jamelas, chaos, and experience the reward of completion and perfection. At the conference age, the ocean is not separate from you Ganges, and you Ganges are not separate from the ocean. This is the time for the mela of the rivers and the ocean to merge with one another. Those who stay in this mela become free from all jamelas. However, only those who become equal are able to experience this mela. To become equal means to become merged. Those who are constantly merged in love experience the reward of perfection and completion. Such souls do not have any desire for some temporary reward. Today's slogan is constantly stay in the elevated company of the One Father and you will become the holiest and the highest. I repeat, constantly stay in the elevated company of the One Father and you will become the holiest and the highest. Acha Om Shanti.